What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, man, a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of leaks have released about something that went on a while ago, around the time of Call of Duty Ghost. Yes, you heard that correctly. Apparently, there was a whole different project going on within that time period, or around that time frame. And boy, oh boy, like I said, we have a lot of stuff to go ahead and discuss today. But of course, if you do enjoy what you hear today, don't forget, guys, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And sometimes we go ahead and post a double upload like this one right here at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So like I said, if you want to stay notified on everything that goes live here around Call of Duty and even X-Defiant when that game comes out, by all means, subscribe, hit that bell. And last but not least, we do go ahead and stream pretty much daily besides Sundays over on Kick. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, you want to see some live gameplay. And also, don't forget, we do indeed do open lobbies over on stream. So if you need a squad or if you want to party up, by all means, hop into the stream. I got a link to my Kick channel down in the description of this video. You can hit me up for my ID and you can hop in whenever you see an open spot available. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so like I said, over on Twitter, something has absolutely exploded. I mean, absolutely everybody's going ahead and talking about this right now. And that is the brand new, well, not brand new, I guess, because it's not coming out anytime soon. And it was, supposed to be made around the time of Call of Duty Ghost. But the project name was NX1. Now, I personally am not going to showcase anything. I'm sure Activision, well, I guess Microsoft now, won't really give a crap because I see a lot of pages, posting this stuff, and still nobody has taken it down because let's be real here. How many years ago was Call of Duty Ghost out? I mean, it's been ages since Call of Duty Ghost, so, I don't think they care too much that this information is being leaked out there. I think the only time Microsoft or Activision would really give a crap is when the leaked information is about the next upcoming Call of Duty game. It could potentially put a dent in their pockets, right? This right here isn't going to put a dent in their pockets. But at the end of the day, I don't want to risk getting a strike on my YouTube channel. So I instead am going to leave every single link down in the description of this video. So if you want to see personally what everything looks like, by all means, go down in the description. I have a link to everything. But boy, oh boy, there was so much gameplay that I can't even, describe. I'm actually shocked how massive this leak was. I didn't even think that we could get leaks like this. And funny enough, we actually got some more leaks for Black Ops 4. You know what? Honestly, screw it. This video is about NX1, but I'll leave the Black Ops 4 leaks down in the description of this video as well if you guys are interested in that. I'm not going to be discussing it in today's video, but there was actually a war mode and a bunch of other cool stuff that was going to be introduced into Call of Duty Black Ops 4 that, again, you can see down in the description here. But there's tons of gameplay. I mean, we have pretty much a bunch of campaign missions. Well, one campaign mission is the only thing that's been shown to us in the leaks. We've seen multiplayer gameplay. We've seen the map selection. We have seen a lot of stuff across the board, and I gotta be honest, it looked pretty interesting. Basically, NX1 was going to be a futuristic game, but no, I don't think it was going to be jetpacks, though, which honestly didn't look too shabby. The closest thing we had to a futuristic game with no jetpacks was Black Ops 2, but this right here, this looked like Infinite Warfare. If I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys, it looked just like Infinite Warfare, and I would not be shocked if Infinity Ward took a ton of inspiration from this game right here, NX1, for their own game, Infinite Warfare, years and years and years down the road. Of course, I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section when you do get a chance to see the gameplay. Let me know if you think this looks like Infinite Warfare or if I'm just going nuts here. But that's what it looks like to me. It looks like a futuristic game, a very futuristic game with absolutely no jetpacks, and that's cool. Honestly, I would be so down to see a game like that introduced back into Call of Duty. A game that has futuristic weapons, futuristic skins, futuristic looks, futuristic maps, but minus the jetpack gameplay. And honestly, I don't really mind jetpacks. I think jetpacks add a nice skill gap. But no jetpacks with a futuristic theme like that, I think would be pretty darn cool. But overall, it actually looked decent. And of course, this was developed by Neversoft. I don't know if Infinity Ward would have had their 2 cents in on, what's going on here. But from my knowledge, Neversoft are the ones who were developing this game, which is also, pretty intriguing and interesting to hear that someone that wasn't in the official, trio development team, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, or Treyarch, put together this project. But again, correct me down in the comment section if you know a little bit more. Maybe it was another development team working on it. But I'm just, going off of the information that I've seen with my personal eyes. And one last thing I do want to mention before I get into Activision abusing their developers, I just have to mention this. It's insane how much Call of Duty and just gaming as a whole has changed and how much they're trying to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but they have a map. Well, you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but once I say this, you'll know what I'm talking about. They have a map in this game called Bin Laden's Compound, bro. Bro, I swear, I don't know why these development teams stray away from stuff like this nowadays. This is the number one thing I see people talking about. Everybody's blowing up on Twitter saying, oh my God, Bin Laden's compound. Oh, we could have played on Bin Laden. This, that, and the third. But stuff like that would be absolutely shunned nowadays. There would be 50,000 news articles and so many people getting butthurt saying, oh my God, oh, I'm playing and Bin Laden's gonna, oh, I can't handle this. This is too much for me to handle. God, games have changed so dramatically. But okay, enough with that. Let me get into why I personally think Activision is just a bunch of abusive assholes, at least the suits. Obviously, I'm not talking about any of the people who are hired there to work there and stuff of that sort, but the suits, the heads, they are such abusive assholes. The fact that this game, from what I see, looks like it was completely put together, got destroyed and removed and replaced for a game like Call of Duty Ghost is insane to me. And I'll be honest, I'm not a complete Call of Duty Ghost hater, but I do think that this game would have been way better accepted within the community than Call of Duty Ghosts. But again, how would they know that? How would they know that until both games are out, the community could actually try both of them, and then they can make up their mind. But at the end of the day, this was a full-blown out project, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this right here is no joke. When I was seeing these leaks, I was expecting to see, they showed the map selection. I'm like, oh, okay. It's just the map selection. That's all. They got a few things down. Maybe they got some names out there. Maybe they got some foundations out, and that's it. No, they had, 6, 7 full-blown campaign missions already done. A bunch of maps, a bunch of content. The multiplayer experience was already pretty much, there. It wasn't polished, of course. They had to go ahead and, add more stuff in and make sure it looked like, a AAA product. But, they had the foundation of this game pretty much set in stone. They were good. They had the voice actors set. Voice actor scripts were set. The gameplay was set. The cutscenes were, all this stuff was already done for this title. And Activision scrapped it. Now, again, I know a lot of people are going to be saying, well, how does this prove that Activision is abusive? Because, do you know how much time it takes to put something like this together? The fact that these individuals were very passionate about this game, were in love with this game, and were ready to launch this game, and then last second, they have to scrap it all is just insane to me. I'm just getting sick and tired of Activision doing this to all of their development teams. And it's not just this game right here. Remember when it came to Black Ops Cold War? How Sledgehammer began the development of that game, but got completely removed from it and Treyarch had to finish it up? Nobody could even give their final touches on that game. Vanguard, had a really rough development cycle. Modern Warfare 3 that you see right here, they couldn't even make up their minds. Well, Activision couldn't make up their minds with the developers if it was going to be DLC or if it was going to be a full-fledged out game. So the developers, the whole life cycle of this game, had to guess whether they're making a DLC project or a full title. That had no clue, and they had to do that with less than a year. What, like a year and a few months? That's how much time they had to, put together this game? That's insane to me. Black Ops 4, Treyarch got butchered with that game. They had a full blown out campaign that was pretty much ready to go that got scrapped for a BR because Activision saw how popular BRs were popping off, how amazing they were, how much money that they're bringing in. So instead of continuing with the campaign, they scrapped the campaign, make them go completely back to the drawing board, build up something from the ground up to make a Battle Royale experience, and still try to find time to ship out the product in, a playable state. Trust me, I completely understand that this is just the real world. People do work all the time and then end up having to, take it all back. Undo everything, or they don't get paid, or, stuff like this happens frequently. But my goodness, with one team, Activision, doing this multiple times, year after year after year, after a certain amount of time, you have to think, this is too much. And also, the amount of work that they put in for these games is wild. If they cut them off at an earlier stage, I would be way more understanding of this. But they didn't. They pretty much produced a whole Call of Duty game and then said, yep, we're not even going to bother with this. And they didn't even get a chance to try to improve this game or turn it into anything else. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a chance to do any of this stuff. They didn't get a chance like all these other teams, like with Black Ops Cold War. They didn't have to change Black Ops Cold War. Even though it switched up development teams, they still put that game out. Modern Warfare 3, even though they didn't know if it was DLC or a full game, they were still able to put this game out. NX1 was completely scrapped. Completely scrapped. It wasn't, saved. Another development team didn't come in and change it. No, they just said, yup, we don't want this anymore. That's insane to me. And I know a lot of people are going to call me crazy for thinking that this is abuse from Activision, but I truly think so, man. To make people go through that much effort, that much work, not even just the developers, but the voice actors and all these other people who are working on these projects, all that effort to just be thrown down the drain for some strange reason is just insane to me. But of course, like I said, guys, I left all the links to all the leaks down in the description of this video. I want you guys to check it out and let me know what you guys think. Do you think the game looked cool? Do you think it looked bad? Would you have preferred this over Call of Duty Ghost? Or do you think that Call of Duty Ghost was a better game than this? Or, turned out to be a better game than this? Because obviously NX1, it's not going to look outstanding, right? It was never officially launched, but still, I'm curious to what you guys think. But as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here. And last but not least, I do stream over on Kick every day besides Sundays. You can find a link to that, as well as all my other socials, down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.